Hi everyone. I feel really very humbled to have been asked to share some of my story with you today. Jesus made himself known to me through CRU, and it has honestly been one of the most helpful and amazing gifts that he could possibly have given me. So I come from an Italian and Indian background and was brought up as a Catholic because that's my mum's faith. So I'd heard about God, but I thought that getting into heaven was based on how good a person was and about following traditions of church. I found it too hard to constantly be this good person, and I just hoped that I would get into heaven, but I really had no peace about it. However, my thoughts on this changed at the beginning of year 8 when two of my friends invited me to the school CRU group weekend away. It felt really odd to be invited because I'd never really met people who talked about their faith so openly, but I decided to go along. The first thing that struck me about this camp was how passionate that everyone was for Jesus. I was stunned that everyone on camp seemed to be talking about him as if he was somehow involved in their lives. Even though I didn't share the same relationship with Jesus, everyone on camp included me in everything that they did. I felt truly loved. So each day we had to do a quiet time. It was the first time I'd ever done one, and as I was there reading the Bible, I felt God's presence in me. I felt peaceful, like I didn't have to worry anymore. As I sat quietly reading the Bible, I learned that Jesus loved me personally. He died for me. He'd forgiven me. I didn't have to be good. I just had to have a personal relationship with God, and that was something that he wanted me to have. It was the best moment of my life. I committed myself to Jesus on that camp, guided by some amazing teachers and new sisters in Christ. God had multiplied his ministry team to include me, and I couldn't be more thankful. Since then, I've attended the CRU group at school every week and loved every bit of it. I find it tricky to get to church because it's not really a priority for my parents, so the CRU group is very much my church. I love being able to go every week, experience fellowship with the other girls, and pray and listen to God. One girl in my Year 9 French class, Emma, saw that I was going to CRU and asked if she could come along. This was a big step for her, but God used this first meeting to commit her to Christ, as she has never missed a meeting since. Also in Year 9, I went on cross-train, a leadership camp that CRU runs, and honestly, I had the most amazing time. When a group of passionate Jesus lovers go on camp together for a week, you know it's going to be good. Everyone was so genuine, and I learnt the true value of Christian fellowship. The experience was life-changing. When I went back to my CRU group, I was overflowing with how much Jesus loved me and how important fellowship was. And I really wanted the other girls in the group to feel that too. So I went on cross-train again last year and invited two girls from my school who I sensed wanted to get to know Jesus but didn't really know how. Both seemed to be natural leaders, so I invited them along. They came to camp and grew in their understanding of Jesus so much, and they now are full 100% committed to Christ. They've come back to school and were so excited to share the gospel and became immediately involved in the CRU group. It's been really encouraging to see the CRU group ministry multiply at Abbottsley because every new person that comes to CRU has something unique to add. Most of the CRU girls in our year went on cross-train, and as a result, we are now so much closer as sisters in Christ. We are able to encourage each other so much more and reach out to the other girls in our grade without being as scared as we used to be. So I've also practically been able to put into practice some of the skills that I've learnt at cross-train and can now confidently lead a group of Year 7 girls in their Bible study. It's been absolutely incredible to watch these girls grow over the first half of the term, and I can't wait to see how God uses them for the rest of the year. CRU is such an essential part of my life. It's where I grow in my knowledge and love for Jesus, and it's a place that I can invite my non-Christian friends to hear the good news. The CRU group has been the most helpful thing that God could have given me, to introduce Jesus as my friend. I'm really very, very thankful to all of you for making it all possible through your generosity. It means that kids like Emma and I have a chance to get to know Jesus and to experience Christian fellowship even when we can't get to church. Thank you.